disperse. We're not sure if this gas is coming from authorities. It seems pretty obvious that may be the case, as some of these protesters are pouring water in their eyes, I'm sure burning from that huge plume of gas or tear gas, we're assuming, that you see there in the back of the shot. As many as 15 protesters have been arrested already. These people are at the G20 to, in their words, or at least according to some who are participating, to disrupt the meeting of the world's leaders, the top 20 leaders in the world, including President Barack Obama, who's expected to land there about 3:30 Eastern time. Again, these images are coming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the G20 summit will take place over the next 2 days. And one side of the screen, I believe, is tape, where you see the gas there, tear gas, we're assuming, that was released by authorities to disperse or make the protesters break up. We saw video earlier. They were marching what seemed to be just a usual kind of calm protest down the street, and at some point within the last few minutes, this chaos erupted there. This is very different than the protest that we saw with the G20 in London, as we were seeing pictures of bloody protesters, and they were breaking out windows of banks and targeting businesses. But now we're seeing this perhaps heat up here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where it looks like these people are actually in the rear of homes or buildings there. But that tape you see on the side of your screen where the people were running, this happening just a short time ago, and we're trying to get more details. I believe Allison Cardival should be on the phone with us here shortly to find out exactly what happened. In the minutes that we were listening to Hugo Chavez, the president of Venezuela, as he was talking to the UN General Assembly, we got word in that there had been some kind of event or confrontation in Pittsburgh, and this is the video that's coming in to us. Again, we have Nora. I think we've worked out our technical issues with my colleague Nora O'Donnell, who's hosting these 2 hours with me. Nora, what are you hearing now?
That's right, Cameron. And the reason we can show you these live pictures right now is we actually have a live view camera, which is walking with the protesters as they march there in Pittsburgh. So that's why we have these live pictures that you can see what's going on and why there's been that large amount of gas, and we can show you as they move along here. It is important to point out that Allison Cardivoid is in Pittsburgh, is filing reports for us. We are hearing that police have now brought out their riot gear at 16th and Penn to stop these protesters from marching. And there you see it, that large amount of smoke right there. That is a big concern in Pittsburgh, as the President of the United States, Barack Obama, is there along with the G20 leaders. The First Lady of the United States is there as well. And you can see a lot of protesters and quite a scene going on there, Cameron. Yeah, and the estimates, Nora, were around several hundred protesters were expected for 2 days. They had banners like "No bailout, no capitalism." These activists coming from all across the country, perhaps even from different parts of the world here to, in some cases, as they put it, disrupt the G20. The president is expected to land in about 6 minutes from now. The area in which he is to travel to speak to the members of the G20, heavily secured, heavily guarded, so the protesters are not able to get near the president as the World Organization gathers to talk about the issues facing the global economy. But as you mentioned now, Nora, we can hear car alarms going off, and these people are kind of running back and forth around here. We've not seen any of these, the police in riot gear. We often will see, Nora, them kind of line up in this intimidating formation, but at least the vantage point that our cameras have right now, you just kind of see a hodgepodge of people running with flags and carry on in a chaotic manner. Yeah, and I think it's important to point out, too, Tamron, that they have largely tried to sequester a lot of these protesters, and there are hundreds of them, not thousands, hundreds of them in this Arsenal Park, so that they don't get near the summit area, don't get near some of where the world leaders are. They're certainly trying to march that way, but you can see the riot police there using these annoying sirens, right, to sort of back these protesters up in some of the gas to try and get them to disperse. And it is unique that we have this camera view of these protesters as they try and get their voices heard on some of these issues, but they are indeed sort of sequestered from